Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a wonderful day. So today's upload is going to be about the long range pattern and kind of the short range, just to talk about the weather in the next 10 to 15 days, who will get impacted by some rain, by some strong winds, by sun, by heat, by cold, all of that stuff in today's video. I'll just try doing my best to cover it. There is some tropical activity going on. I will be making a separate video about that later on today. Welcome to my channel if you are new. I'm a hobbyist, not a meteorologist. I'm a weather enthusiast, a weather fan, and everyone on here as well likes the weather or at least wants to get a little bit extra information. So if you're one of those type of people, consider subscribing. If not, maybe you could like the video. That'd be awesome. And if not, then welcome to this channel either way. So let's start by looking at the GFS. So right now we are looking at generally a few areas of showers, no big storm system. Our next big, the biggest system, it really isn't even a big system, but the biggest system in the whole, I guess, longer range, short range, sorry, in the next 4 to 5 days is centered across Alberta, moving into Saskatchewan. Right there, you can see it right there, kind of sneaking out of range right there, and it really just, tries sneaking away from us, but it will definitely catch on along with it. So notice we also have a lot of showers, lots of storms, and that's to do with the tropics. They could getting very active. You could see that this model run has it at a pretty intense, pretty not too strong of a storm, but definitely a tropical disturbance, probably a tropical storm with the millibars it's showing right there. And notice that it has it right there. That would be the first one that is further closer to Yucatan, making landfall around Monday. Definitely an increase of showers and storms across the southeast due to that. You could see maybe another stronger system, lots of showers to the south. The west, a few showers off the Pacific Ocean, definitely also making its way into Arizona, New Mexico, Southern California, so also a bit of relief maybe there with the drought. Really not much of a relief, just maybe it put a dent into it, if you will. But notice, we start getting more activity across the northern U.S. across Monday and Tuesday. Then we have this large system that is continuously bringing showers across this weekend. You can see, let's go back, Sunday, Monday, just really random areas of showers. These kind of can't be really predicted exactly because they're small, and again, they aren't really correlated with a giant system. It's not like a cold front, which we could kind of surely place its track. It's just really pop-up showers wherever the atmosphere is conducive for these showers to occur. So definitely the best is just to keep your eyes to the sky and the radar for this upcoming weekend. Definitely some showers, thunderstorms across the northeast, mid-Atlantic, and into portions of the northern Midwest. As we move forward into Tuesday and Wednesday, this becomes a pretty large system. The one that kind of sneaked away up here into northern Manitoba, it kind of went into Ontario and then into Quebec, you can see right there. And it definitely delivers a pack of showers, if you will. Definitely a powerful pack of showers into the northeast, the coastal northeast, up into the inland northeast. A lot of just the northeast getting impacted by the showers. I think I used the word northeast there. 6 out of the 7 words in that sentence. But notice it definitely isn't impacting really a large portion of the United States. But again, I want to make sure that I talk about this since I do have a lot of viewers from Canada, and I do want to make that also a priority to talk about that. So notice if you live in Nova Scotia, Labrador, Newfoundland, and really just eastern Quebec, this storm does intensify and it does become a pretty large storm. Lots of showers, lots of storms, thunderstorms, thunder showers, just a lot of rain as well. It shouldn't be too awfully severe, especially since you could see the 540 line is up here. That's kind of like a 32-degree line, if you will. So, a lot of that instability is kind of shut down because of the cooler air here. But it definitely picks up a lot of moisture from the Atlantic and it becomes a pretty nice cyclone. And, if this were to occur on land, really, this is kind of in between the islands, kind of torn apart by the ocean, the straits, the different bays across here. You can see it has a very powerful cold front. I mean, this cold front forms at around, really just right here. I don't know what this is called exactly. I think it's Labrador and Newfoundland in this province. I need to get my provinces nailed down if I want to forecast the weather here exactly. But you can see it definitely develops a very nice strong cold front, and it is very, very powerful. This storm gets down to 978 millibars of pressure and into much of eastern Canada, and really it does provide quite a bit of showers, but you can see it kind of outdoes itself with this cold front, and it kind of just destroys itself, if you will, and it just kind of spins off. But definitely the rain amounts will be significant with this. That's definitely something to be concerned about. You could see just generous amounts of up to anywhere from 45 to 80 millimeters, which is around that 2 to 4 inch mark of rain. Even some locations getting towards 100 millimeters of rain, which is significant. And if we were now to go back to the United States, I want to show you the more activity that we start looking at as we get past really Wednesday and Thursday of this upcoming week. By next weekend, we start getting a lot of more activity across the actual United States, the lower 48, and across just more land rather than, you know, half ocean, half land. And notice that we see this hurricane, possibly a tropical storm-like system, make its way, depending where. I mean, this is kind of rough, but what it doing is combining this tropical storm system, hurricane, whatever it may be, with a wave across the northern United States, and this really just becomes a pretty large storm. And kind of, you can see they kind of merge together and they kind of combine their energy. And that's definitely something to watch for. We could be looking at a very powerful potential storm across the northeast and lots of the mid-Atlantic. And not to mention the actual storm in the south, the hurricane. But so definitely a lot of activity with that. And as soon as that passes through, we don't get a break. We see another storm system kicking up showers, storms, lots of rain across the northern plains, and we see another storm take shape. You can see it's a bit disorganized at the beginning, but it definitely takes its shape, and we see lots of showers, lots of storms with this, and definitely impressive. And then we see another system right here, which actually brings a few snow showers into northern North Dakota, which the GFS has been doing for a while now, showing this extremely cold temperatures. I don't know if that's actually going to occur. It seems a bit doubtful at this point that we'll be looking at snow showers across North Dakota and Minnesota. But it's indicating cooler air. And to be honest with you, the European kind of agrees with this model, with the GFS about the cooler air. It also agrees with it on the amount of storms that will be occurring, but I'll show you that in just a minute. First off, let's take a look at the total accumulated precipitation through 384 hours. You can see it is quite plentiful. We have many locations in the 1 to 1.5 inch range, which is good. The West gets in on some of this action. New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, they definitely need that the most. But notice some areas definitely still would get missed out, and that's just the case because of these big storms. They're not widespread like fall storms. They may look like if they are on the GFS model, but in reality they're a bit more anemic, and you can see some areas like southern Texas here get missed out while the Panhandle gets slammed. Obviously, if the tropical storms, the two of them, were to occur, the South would get a lot of rain. Where exactly that would hit is still unknown, and that you'll have to look at that voice crack right there. Wow. I think I won't edit that out. I just, you know, kind of shows the authenticity of this, if you will. But nevertheless, let's get back into this. Wherever this, obviously, this tropical storm hits and this hurricane like system, the rain amounts will be significant, and obviously that is still up for grabs, and you need to go to the National Hurricane Center for more info about that, as I'm just here to provide you with a general view while the National Hurricane Center provides you with official info. Notice Minnesota, North Dakota, Wisconsin, UP of Michigan, they see plentiful amounts of rain. Again, this will vary based on model run to model run. I think the new model run is actually coming in, but it's just barely in, and you know, there are already some differences, so it's definitely the case. Yeah, you can see there's already some differences. But let's take a look at the Canadian. This is a Canadian model, hence the name, and it's a relatively okay model. I really just don't like it because it sometimes does silly things, if you will, that sometimes just don't end up happening at all. But it definitely has its times of shine, if you will, where it predicts one event, one storm that no other model predicts, and it actually gets it right. It's happened a few times, really, but those few times are enough to keep it a considerably worth model. This is the 240 hours out. It's not loading for some reason, but I could take you to 240. You can see it's a different track than what the GFS has in terms of the tropical storm depression system. But again, it still overall shows quite a bit of activity across the United States. A bit less. That's the Canadian. It kind of, I guess, takes the rain and kind of spreads it, kind of smears it, if you will, rather than isolates it like more of a summer storm would do. if you were to take a look at the precipitation map, you could see it definitely mentions it's some large storm systems, some plentiful storms, and definitely not missing on that aspect of precipitation. In terms of the temperatures, it is showing a cool off at around the same time when the European and the GFS is. I clicked on the wrong one. I apologize. Let's go to the 2-meter temperature anomalies. And hopefully this loads a bit quicker so we could wait for this. And you can see it does show a mention of cooler temperatures for sure. And in fact, some of them are, as cold as what the GFS is showing. Some pretty nice anomalies across North Dakota, Minnesota, Montana. And definitely a kind of a mix though, not at all out pattern with the Canadian that is all cold. It's a kind of a mixture between them both. But if we were to look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, Climate Prediction Center, this is basically what they do with like a combination of all the models. They combine all of them and they kind of just take an overall look at them. This is from the 30th through the 5th, and you can see they have a pretty large dimension of below average temperatures across the northern central United States, also into the northwest, just not the coastal areas. But a lot of the south and east are still above average, but a good portion is neutral, so we could go either way pretty much. That's what they're saying. And if you were to look at the precipitation probability, again, keeping up with what most of the models are showing, above average precipitation across a large chunk of the United States, excluding maybe the extreme east coast and a good portion of the south and the southwest, or the west and the southwest. If you do hear some meowing, I do apologize. I have a cat that's right there acting a little rebellious, so I do apologize about that. But August 28th through September 1st, this is a bit less further out, so it's a little slightly different time frame. A lot less cool air, a bit more warm air, and this is kind of like that transition phase where we go from the heat, which we're supposed to expect this week, into a cooler pattern next week. And you can see it kind of shows both of those. And then in terms of precip, it's more darker colors as the confidence is much higher with the hurricane, the tropical storm, and just more systems coming through. And again, the southwest and the west stay dry. Unfortunately, that's the case. It really, it's not good. They need to rain the most, but unfortunately, it looks to stay this way. I also quickly want to show you the European model. So I didn't want to show you pivotal weather because I want to make this video just maybe 30 more seconds longer. I don't want to drag it out, but you can see this is what the European model is showing in terms of rain. Obviously more towards the south, but still generous amounts towards the north. Some pockets of well over 2 inches, But it has its differences from the GFS. But let's quickly go back to the European on tropical tidbits. I just want to show you that also mentions some cool shots of air, for sure, but also mentions quite a bit of warm air. So definitely still needs to be refined. But as of now, that's it for today's video, guys. Just lots of storms, lots of activity going on, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next episode. See y'all. Bye.